Hey, welcome to the EP Holiday Buyer's Guide. Today we are talking about great ideas for the Nintendo Switch platform. And no, you're not seeing things. I have left the basement. I am not in my basement surrounded by all my action figures. I'm actually at the gaming stadium. This is a Vancouver-based facility where people come to watch tournaments happening, compete against other players. This is all set up for the Vancouver Street Battle, which is very cool. So people come in here and play Street Fighter and Smash Brothers. It's a lot of fun. And of course, Gaming Stadium has been such a big supporter of Electric Playground all year long. That was the first place that I thought of for somewhere fun to go and shoot these holiday buyer's guides for you guys. So thank you to the Gaming Stadium. You can find out all about them at tgs.gg, by the way. But let's get started with some ideas for the Nintendo Switch player in your life. We're going to start with Metroid Dread. I'm going in no particular order here, but Metroid Dread is one of the best things that I've played in 2021. It is a beautiful upgrade to the classic 2D mechanics that we've come to associate with Metroid games and Castlevania type games. It's a science fiction, spooky, and this one almost a survival horror type of experience where you've got all kinds of killer robots chasing after our hero Samus Aran, and she's got all kinds of abilities that make the engagement with the enemies a lot more fun. You know, the ability to zip quickly to electrostatic walls, the ability to roll into a ball and drop bombs. You can do that patented screw attack mode where you can just keep bouncing upward and blast through all kinds of destructible objects. But you have to earn all of this stuff, and the way that you earn everything in Metroid games, and in this game in particular, is you defeat impossible bosses. This is not an easy game to play. It's incredibly challenging, but I'll tell you what, it is unbelievably rewarding, and it's so well crafted. I love this freaking game. I also love No More Heroes 3, and I'm including this in my buyer's guide. It's an esoteric choice. I know it. It's not for everybody. I know that too. But this is a game and a franchise, because you can get No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Switch as well, that really sticks with you. They're crafted by a team called Grasshopper in Japan, led by Suda51. It's got a punk rock sensibility.
My name is Travis Touchdown. I'm a pretty seasoned freelance assassin. Huh? What?
A weird out there aesthetic. You're dealing with a whole bunch of these supervillains that have invaded and infiltrated Earth, and you've got to take everybody down and scratch them off your list one by one. So you get into these pretty punishing and super cool boss fights. Some of the visuals and some of the mechanics in the game seem a little outdated in 2021, but everything is crafted with such a sense of fun and this kind of fourth wall breaking sass that you just can't help but be captivated by it. There's so many cool, clever, artistic choices in this. Lots of different gameplay styles, lots of different art styles, great storytelling, very silly and over-the-top voice acting, but there's also a compulsive loop to the gameplay that keeps drawing you back in. No More Heroes as a franchise, not meant for the kids. It's a weird kind of idea that it's on a, what many construe to be a family-friendly console like the Nintendo Switch. But I'll tell you what, you play these games, you're never going to forget them. They really stand apart, and No More Heroes 3 is a wonderful addition to the franchise, and possibly the final iteration of the franchise as well. Now, going back in a more family-friendly direction is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, which came out earlier this year for the Nintendo Switch. This includes a classic Wii U title, which has been modernized a little bit for the Nintendo Switch, and it's super cool, sort of echoing a lot of the stuff that was actually on the Nintendo 3DS. Lots of great level designs for Mario and his pals to complete, some cool little boss encounter scenarios as well. But the real story with this software is that inclusion of Bowser's Fury, which takes a lot of the assets and a lot of the level design and a lot of the environmental art of 3D World and transposes it into this open world experience that evokes the old classic Super Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine games. And so everything is connected, and you can get to everything in the Bowser's Fury map just by cruising around and jumping on the back of these watercraft-like dinosaurs. You're constantly engaged by the cool challenges that are there, and you also get these awesome mega mushrooms that grow you into a kind of kaiju-sized Mario fighting a giant Bowser as well. Lots of awesome, memorable state-of-the-art moments on the Nintendo Switch. It's a wonderful, wonderful addition to this package, and the inclusion of it sort of makes this irrefutable. There's so much content in there, and if you happen to like Mario, and who the hell doesn't, why wouldn't you want this game? Another massive experience for the Nintendo Switch was Monster Hunter Rise, which came out earlier this year, and there's actually another fantastic Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Stories 2, which plays more like a traditional JRPG. Rise, I think, is the slightly better experience, mostly because it's a surprise that they crammed such an expansive getaway and such a beautifully crafted Monster Hunter game onto the Switch. It's gorgeous. It just runs well. It's got all of the co-op monster hunting gameplay that you would want, all of the cool customization, all of these different areas to explore. Lots of great DLC has been added to it, including the ability to jump on the Okami wolf, which is amazing. This is just one of the best games made for this platform, period. And it was a great gift in 2021, and it absolutely should be in your mind when you're putting together a list for a Nintendo Switch player out there. And finally, there's another kind of esoteric title. It's a JRPG that has come out recently on the Nintendo Switch, but it's so compelling and it's so eerie and cool. It's been in my mind since I started playing it, and I really do recommend you checking this out. If you're shopping for somebody that likes anime or manga or is a fan of JRPGs or might know the Shin Megami Tensei franchise, Shin Megami Tensei 5 is available for the Nintendo Switch. It's expansive, it's large. We're talking about a dystopian Tokyo that you need to explore. You're collecting demons, you're turning them into your party, or you're fighting many, many demons, and some of the boss fights are excruciatingly difficult, but I guarantee the storytelling is so complex and interesting and mysterious, and the visuals and the music, everything is just so tuned and evocative. I don't know, there's a maturity to it and a complexity to it that I really, really love. So this might be for definitely fans of this franchise. I think are really going to dig this, but also it might be a wonderful surprise for any players that you might be shopping for that have been playing all of the JRPGs but have never checked out a Shin Megami Tensei game. They all stand alone, so that you don't have to think about where this fits into the chronological timeline of the SMT titles. This you can just pick up and sort of introduce this franchise to somebody. I'm kind of a noob when it comes to SMT games, but I've really been loving Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's a very cool pickup, and that's why it's on my holiday buyer's guide list. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this holiday buyer's guide. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to our friends at the Gaming Stadium for having me out here. Of course, there are lots of other ideas spread out across all of the other holiday buyer's guides that I've been putting together. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Happy holidays, and play forever.